Hello and welcome to another video. In the last two videos, we saw the diversity visa cutoff numbers that will apply during the month of February 2024, as well as the various case number ranges that are concerned by interviews to be conducted during that same month. Now, still in line with the visa bulletin that was released earlier this week, today we are going to consider another aspect of that bulletin, something that I said we would do in the first of those two videos. But before we go into that, let me just briefly touch on one aspect of my diversity visa guidance program that I'm not in the habit of talking about. Usually when I speak about the guidance program, I usually say it is intended for those who are in need of guidance for their diversity visa application. But it is not limited to that. You may not be in need of guidance for your diversity visa application, but you may desire having extra content that is not available to the wider YouTube audience. That is another privilege that members of my diversity visa guidance program benefit from. There are extra videos on my guidance platform that members have access to. And there is also the issue of answers to questions that you may have. You may have questions that you need answers for, but you are not getting the answers that you require. My guidance program serves that purpose as well. That is something that I don't usually talk about, and so I decided to bring it to your attention, especially for those of you who may not want to share personal information with anyone. There are other aspects of the guidance program that you can benefit from. Now, back to our discussion, and I must say that this discussion follows from a video that I made earlier. I think it was in the month of September, after the DV 2023 program came to an abrupt end. And that video concerned prospects for the DV 2024 program. Now, in that video, I explained a number of things. I spoke about two possibilities, one of which would play out when it comes to the approach that is used in the running of the DV 2024 program. Then I also identified which one of those possibilities was the more likely one to play out. And in addition, I said we will not have to reach to the end of the DV 2024 program before we would identify which one of those possibilities would actually play out. And finally, I indicated that when that happens, we will have the opportunity to discuss the issue on this channel. Now, this is the opportunity because the visa bulletin that was released earlier this week has shown signs pointing to the possibility that I said was the more likely one to play out. Now, before we continue, let me mention that I'm going to include the link to the video that I spoke about in the description of this one. So for those of you who would like to have background explanation to what is being discussed in this video, click on that link and then watch that video for background information. In that video, I said either there would be a return to what is referred to as the regional queue system or a continuation of the approach that has been applied to the diversity visa program in recent years, but with corrective measures. And I added with corrective measures because I indicated in that video that there were some errors committed in DV 2022, and those errors were corrected during the DV 2023 program. So the errors that were committed in the DV 2023 program that led to the abrupt ending of the program early in the month of September would have been corrected during the DV 2024 program. And as I said, this visa bulletin, the visa bulletin that was released earlier this week, has shown the first signs that those corrective measures are being implemented. Now, for those of you who have been following, In recent weeks, I have discussed the approach that has been used in the running of the DV program in recent years. I said that for a couple of years now, the program begins with a slow increase in the cutoff numbers, and that is followed by a leap in the fourth or fifth month. Now, I also explained that considering the highest case numbers in each region, we should expect further leaps to occur. Now, what has happened in this visa bulletin is the visa office has exercised some level of caution. They have decided to slow down the pace at which the cutoff numbers are increasing. Now, I want to believe that if it had not been because of the corrective measures, the cutoff number that we just experienced would have been further than what we have experienced. And I strongly believe that that is a measure of caution that the visa office has begun to apply as a result of what occurred in the case of the DV 2023 program. I believe that we will see more corrective measures applied to the DV 2024 program as the fiscal year progresses. And this is not good news for those with the highest case numbers, because more corrective measures, as I believe we will see, means that interview scheduling in the DV 2024 program will not likely reach the highest case numbers. Now, this is not intended to discourage anyone, but that is what the cutoff numbers established for the month of February 2024 are suggesting. That is something that I said we would have had the opportunity to discuss, and this is that opportunity. Now, two links are below this video. The second link leads to the video that I spoke about earlier in this video. Click on it for background explanation to what has been discussed in this video. And then, in case you are in need of guidance for your diversity visa application, in case you would like to have access to more content that is not available to non-members, and in case you have questions that you need answers for, then click on the first link just below the video and you will be taken to my diversity visa guidance platform, where you will have the opportunity to join my diversity visa guidance program for a reasonable monthly subscription fee. So that is it. In our next video, I will touch on yet another aspect of the recently released visa bulletin. Until then, God willing, thanks for watching this video.